So I spent a long time this morning on making my shoes so beautiful, so shiny. And then I walked through more dusty floors than I've ever seen in my life. I don't throw babies out, believe me. I love babies. Actually, I was only kidding. You can get the baby out of here.
They say, I have the most loyal people. Did you ever see that? Where I could stand in the middle of Fifth Avenue and shoot somebody and I wouldn't lose any voters, okay? It's like incredible.
Napoleon, Alexander the Great, Donald Trump. We're all cut from the same cloth, and that cloth is very, very large.
It's not too big, is it?
No. We're not going to be the stupid country anymore. We're not going to be the stupid people anymore. We're going to be the smart country. We're going to be the smart people. I'm Donald Trump. I wrote The Art of the Deal. I say not in a braggadocious way. We need a leader that wrote The Art of the Deal. As an example, with China, they buy my apartments. When I sell a $15 million apartment, it's like, China pays so much money to Trump, and I love China. Nothing wrong with China. I just sold an apartment for $15 million to somebody from China. I would build a great wall, and nobody builds walls better than me, believe me. I beat China all the time. All the time. I will build a great, great wall. Nobody can do that like me. Believe me. I'm really rich. I'll show you that in a second. $8,737,540,000. Maybe he's not as rich as people think. Turned out I'm much richer than people ever thought. I wanted to file my financials. I loved it. I wanted to file them. It's one of the reasons I'm running. I wanted to file my financials because now everybody's talking. He's really rich. Now, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that to brag because you know what? I don't have to brag. I don't have to. Believe it or not. Trump, 49. Lightweight Senator Marco Rubio, 16. Lion Ted Cruz, 15. Ben Carson, 10%. And did you ever hear of a guy named Kasich? Now, the other day, I hear this Rubio, I call him... Correct. I call him Little Marco. Little Marco. Hello, Marco. He said I had small hands. Actually, I'm 6'3", not 6'2", but he said I had small hands. They're not small, are they? I never heard that one before.
Policy question for you, sir.
Let's see if he answers it.
Wait.
Don't worry about it, Little Marco.
Gentlemen. Gentlemen.
You ought to show up.
Gentlemen, you gotta do better than those.
Look at those hands. Are they small hands? And he referred to my hands. If they're small, something else must be small. I guarantee you there's no problem. I guarantee. He even complained about my hands. Look at those hands. Look at those hands.
I only made a joke about my hands. I have very powerful hands. These hands, aren't they beautiful? I have very powerful hands and large hands, relatively large hands. And a politician said I didn't have large hands. It's the first time anyone's ever said that one.
And he's looking around and said, what can I say? What can I say? Well, maybe I'll say, he's got small hands. Look at those. I mean, give me a break, okay? Donald Trump has small hands. So I said, small hands? These guys know. I hit a ball 280 yards. Stand up. My club champion. Stand up. Do I hit the ball good? Do I hit it long? Is Trump strong? Huh? So when Little Marco spews his crap about the size of my hands, which are big, the size of my hand, he says, well, Donald Trump has, let's see, what can I say? What can I say? So I looked at him, I said, Marco. So what do? For the rest of my life, I have the curse that I have little hands. Little hands. Take that guy. Little Marco Rubio. He couldn't be elected dog catcher. I've never been criticized about the size of my hands before. I'm saying to myself, what's going on here? I've always had people say, Donald, you have the most beautiful hands. But I see this guy, and he's doing a thing. We will build a wall. I say, where did this come from all of a sudden? And the same thing with Ted Cruz. I call him Lion Ted. We will build a wall, he says. Lion Ted. Lion Ted. Lion Ted. What's your name? My name's Lion Ted Cruz. I lie about anything. This guy, I've got to tell you, he goes and he holds up the Bible, and then he lies. It's the most unbelievable thing I've ever seen. It's an unbelievable, he holds up the Bible. Hold that book up, please. Okay, one of the great books. That's my second favorite book of all time. Do you know what my first is? The Bible. Nothing beats the Bible. Nothing beats the Bible, not even the art of the deal. You know, my whole life has been a life of accumulation. Money, money, I want more money. I don't even know why. You know, it's like, just keep going. Money, money. I want to build more buildings. Many, many buildings along Miami. I want to build more. And I say sometimes it's been greedy. I want to be greedy, greedy. Now I want to be greedy for the United States of America. I'm going to be greedy.
I don't feel good about turning down money. Because my whole life I've been greedy, greedy, greedy. I've grabbed all the money I could get. I'm so greedy. But now I want to be greedy for the United States.
And I don't want to be like a greedy person.
I know more formulas. I know more about tax abatements. I know more about taxes than any human being that God ever created. And by the way, speaking about God, nobody loves the Bible more than I do.
Nobody knows more about debt than I do.
Nobody knows more about trade than me. Nobody knows politicians better than I do.
I know the issues better than anybody knows the issues.
Nobody's better to people with disabilities than me.
Nobody that's done so much for equality as I have.
Nobody knows what it means. I know what it means. It's called devaluation.
I know the H-1B. I know the H-2B. Nobody knows it better than me.
Nobody even understands it but me. Nobody knows the game better than I do. Nobody knows the system better than me. I alone can fix it.
Nobody has more respect for women than I do. Nobody.
No, I never said that, but it was attributed to me.
I see. So you treat women with respect.
I can't say that either.
All right, good. All right.
There is nobody that respects women more than I do.
Hey.
Hey, yourself.
I have such respect for women. I cherish women.
Well, I've just always admired women. And I mean women, not just beautiful women, women.
Somebody said the other day, yes, well, the intellectuals. I said, what's intellectual? I'm smarter than they are. We have these eggheads that think they call them the elites. I say, why are they elite? They're more elite than me. Why are they elite? Half of them can't tie their shoes. These so-called eggheads, I guarantee you, my IQ is much higher than theirs, all right?
I watch these pundits on television, and you know they call them the intellectuals. They're not intellectuals. I'm much smarter than all of them, I think. I think I have a much higher IQ. I think I went to a better college, better everything. You know, I went to an Ivy League school.
I went to the hardest school to get into, the best school in the world, I guess you could say, the Wharton School of Finance. It's like super genius stuff.
I'm very good at this stuff. I went to the great Wharton School of Finance, which really is the best school in the world for this, but that's okay. Most people agree. But it's one of the great, great places.
To get into Wharton is probably the hardest school to get into. So, you know, right there, you know, within a couple of
Ivy League, no question.
You have to be very smart. I'm a very smart person. You know, I went to the best school. I'm a very smart person, right? Let me just say. So you ask me a question, I give you an answer. I'm much richer than almost anybody. I can have thousands of pollsters. I don't have any. I don't want to waste the money. And I was a good student. I understand things. I comprehend very well, okay? Better than, I think, almost anybody. And then they say, there's Donald Trump, an intellectual. Trust me, I'm like a smart person. Do you know I'm like a smart person?
I'm like a really smart person. I could be the most presidential president.
Who are you consulting with consistently so that you're ready on day one?
I'm speaking with myself, number one, because I have a very good brain.
I don't have teleprompters here, folks. I don't need teleprompters. It's called, like, up here, and it's called memory, and it's called other things. One of the great memories of all time.
I went to an Ivy League school. I'm very highly educated. I know words. I have the best words.
I have so many websites. I have them all over the place. I hire people. They do a website. It costs me $3. I have the best courses in the world, so I'd say, you know what? I have one right next to the White House. I've received many, many environmental rewards. You know, really. It's true. I've gotten so many of the awards. You know, I just left Trump National Doral in Miami, and it's a great place. I just spent $250 million rebuilding it, making it the best resort in the country.
I've made billions and billions of dollars dealing with people all over the world. I built a phenomenal business with incredible, iconic assets, one of the really, truly great real estate businesses. And I may be an entertainer because I've had tremendous success with #1 bestsellers all over the place, with The Apprentice and everything else I've done. But I will tell you this, what I am far and away greater than an entertainer is a businessman. And at Trump University, we teach success. That's what it's all about, success. Trump University is about knowledge, about a lot of different things. Above all, it's about how to become successful. We're going to have professors and adjunct professors that are absolutely terrific people, terrific brains, successful. We are going to have the best of the best. And these are all people that are hand-picked by me. I think the biggest step towards success is going to be sign up at Trump University. When it comes to great steaks, I've just raised the stakes. Trump steaks are the world's greatest steaks, and I mean that in every sense of the word.
I built an incredible company. Look, just in Florida, you know what I have. Went over it all along the beach, Doral, Mar-a-Lago, all these things.
Hundreds of companies, hundreds of deals. I've used the law 4 times, made a tremendous thing. I'm in business. I did a very good job. And people are very, very impressed with what I've done, the business people.
And I have to listen to this guy, a lightweight, a total lightweight, say, Donald Trump is con. I filed financial papers that show I'm worth over $10 billion. And I don't say that bragging, folks. I don't say it bragging. Some of the greatest assets in the world, great buildings, Trump Tower, 40 Wall Street, 1290 Avenue of the America's Big Chunk, Bank of America, all of this stuff. All of this stuff. Don't worry, get them out. They're quiet. They don't have much of a voice.
And believe me, my temperament is very good, very calm.
And then I have to listen to this lightweight say, I'm a con man.
Believe me, I understand steaks. It's my favorite food, and these are the best. I've been successful in every business I've been in, if you think. Real estate, one of the most successful. #1 bestsellers, one of the best-selling books of all time. Television, The Apprentice, which is, forget it. I mean, Atlantic City, I made a tremendous amount of money in Atlantic City. I left 7 years ago. I've gotten great credit for my timing, and that's what I'm all about. I'm a businessman, did really well. Really well. I have the biggest crowds, I have the biggest standing ovations, and the greatest builder is me. So just to finish off, so they said best in the military and foreign policy. And they have me by far best in leadership. And they have me best in the economy, not like by 1 point, by like 50 points. A lot of people think that I'll be the best in jobs by far. I will be the greatest that God ever created, believe me.
I do have actually much more humility than a lot of people would think. Believe me.
We're going to teach you about business. We're going to teach you better than the business schools are going to teach you. And I went to the best business school. We're going to teach you better. We're going to teach you business. We're going to teach you life. We're going to teach you salesmanship. We're going to teach you what you need to know. And we're going to also make sure that no matter what you do, as I said before, you're going to love it.